Shiv Yoga literally means the process through which I can be one with Shiva. Aham Brahmasmi, Shivoham, Shivoham. I've read that in the Upanishads, I've read that in the Vedas. But how do I experience that? So that process of knowing Shiva, experiencing Mahadev, being one with that infinite is called Shiv Yoga. Listen to a Vidwan, a wise person, and the Shiv Yogi Vidwan, so like the lineage that I come from, I think we are the authority when it comes to Shaivite philosophies. And my Guru always told me that when you are doing the sadhana, then the Sharir Tattva goes away. That means you are not a lady, you are not a man, you're just energy. And it's the concept of energies that are into play.
How can Shiva's bhakti, how can Shiva's blessings, how can his devotion not detach you, but let you live this material life with all its authenticity and lets you tackle the problems that we face in our everyday life? Hello, this is your host Rangoli Sharma and welcome back to your favorite spiritual podcast, Speaking Tree. Another day and I've brought to you another exclusive episode of our English series, Mystic Mind. See, so many podcasts we've covered on Shiva, the essence of Shiva, who is Shiva actually, but today it's going to be a bit different. Today we are talking from a Shiv Yogi's perspective. Who is actually Shiva? How to attract his blessings in your life? How to know when he's happy with your bhakti, with your devotion, and how he would bless you. So if you're a Shiva devotee, if you consider him your Ishta Devta, and if you're inclined towards him, this is the podcast for you. And the guest who has joined me today, he's joining us for the first time. He's a spiritual leader, author, international public speaker and coach. I would like to welcome Ishan Shivanand. Jatatavi galat jala pravaha pavitasthale galev lambe lambitam bhujanga tungamalikam damat 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 daman ninadavad dimarvayam chakara chanda tandavam tanu tuna Shiva Shivam.
Om Namah Shivay.
Wow, what a beautiful start.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to Speaking Tree, Shanji.
Thank you so much. Pleasure is all mine.
Such a pleasure speaking to you, and I'm sure it's going to be a very insightful discussion for all of us today, for all the Shiv lovers, for all the Shiv Bhakts. So, how are you?
I'm amazing. I'm in the land of the yogis. I just had the opportunity to spend time meditating with 8,000 Shiv Yogis in Yashobhumi in Delhi.
Wow.
I'm still riding high. Yes.
I can sense that, the calmness in your energy. Yes, and it's reflecting. I'm sure my audience will also get it. So, let's start. You said you're a Shiv Yogi. What it actually means to be a Shiv Yogi, and who is Shiva to you?
So, madam, if we try to understand the meaning of the word yog, yog means union. So, in the West, you will see a lot of yog, but somehow they have dissected the spirituality out of the yog. They've made it into a very physical exercise. So, when we look at somebody doing yoga, they're just working on their body. So, if I ask them, why are you making this effort? Because if you look at the traditional Sanatan Dharma, yoga is an exercise. It's the process of merging. But then merging with what? In the West, they're doing the process, but they don't know what they're trying to merge with, what they are trying to emerge as. But in Sanatan Dharma, it was very clear. You walk the path of yoga so that you can reach Mahadev. So Shiv Yoga literally means the process through which I can be one with Shiva. Aham Brahmasmi, Shivoham, Shivoham. I've read that in the Upanishads, I've read that in the Vedas. But how do I experience that? So that process of knowing Shiva, experiencing Mahadev, being one with that infinite is called Shiv Yoga. Yes, ma'am.
Ishan, why do you think certain souls are so much inclined to Shiva? Does Shiva chooses them or we choose Shiva? And the context in which I'm asking this is that I have seen so many girls being inclined towards Shiva and so many boys being inclined towards Devi. But when they're happy with your bhakti, when Shiva is happy with your devotion, when Devi is happy with your devotion, they incline you towards their other halves. So I just want to understand this union and this connection, that how they are incomplete without each other.
So, madam, let's look at this question both psychologically and spiritually. Psychologically, how the Purans represent Mahadev. He's so mystical, he's so aloof,
Yeah,
he's so endearing.
he's the Adi Yogi.
There's this power inside him.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't care. Yet, it seems that when he will love with passion, not caring about anything else in the world. He looks like a guy who's just waiting for you to reach him. And when he'll have you, when he'll see you, he'll unleash the universe for you. So that mystical allure is a psychological attraction.
Psychological attraction.
Yes.
Really?
Especially for people with a certain sense of maturity, because we have introverts, we have extroverts, and we have these people who are at peak intelligence. Like if you look at in the 90s, what young boys or what young girls were taught. Like I'll give the boys example. That you don't go out to pursue the opposite sex. You work on yourself. And when you will be at a certain level, the world will come towards you. For example, if you are the Ethan Hunt of Mission Impossible, or if you are the James Bond of the series, then you don't have to go out, you don't have to pursue. The world comes to you, the world is attracted to you. So there is this sense of this introverted mindset where you allow yourself to reach to a certain level and the world comes to you. So you don't want to make that exorbitant effort that an extrovert would make. So Shiva is that energy. For the person who just wants to be, who wants to go inside, who wants to let the Shakti flow inside him, who wants to experience, who's not that loud, who's not that the people who like to do all the paraphernalia and dance of the world. Because bhakti ke bhi alag-alag marg hain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of the margs in bhakti, we make such an effort, like Bhagwan ko hum 56 bhog chada rahe hain, Bhagwan ko itna sab kuch kar rahe hain. And then sometimes when you are in love, you just want to experience. You don't want to make that effort. You want to listen to the Paravani, where you are listening to the words without talking, where you are seeing the poetry without actually writing anything, when you are flowing with the light. So I think that is a special connection that some people have based upon their personality type, and Mahadev really draws them towards himself. And the second way I want you to look at your own question is, any bhakti that you do, it never goes away.
Yeah, agreed.
It's always there.
Within you.
Precisely. So we are living this life.
Yeah.
And we are supreme beings living in a state of amnesia. And then sometime, somewhere, something phenomenal happens, some good happens, where grace enters my life and I get attracted towards the divinity. So whenever that bhakti goes into my subconscious, then it starts to change me, it starts to evolve my subconscious, it starts to change the way I think. And then if I die and I'm reborn, that bhakti remains within me to be triggered at the correct time.
Wow.
So you'll see that there's this person who's just living his life and he's forgotten all his past divinity, he's forgotten all his efforts, because it's very difficult in one life to achieve enlightenment for most of the world and for so many souls. It's a generational effort, it's a multi-lifetime effort
Exactly.
to reach to that infinity. So this person will be living his life and he'll be in that state of amnesia and he'll be, enjoying, eating, drinking, and then something will happen and that bhakti will get triggered. So you think you are being drawn towards Mahadev and it's a fluke, it's a circumstantial thing, but it's not the case. It's a love affair of many lifetimes.
Wow, love affair of many lifetimes. What a beautiful way to put it. And, as you said, I do believe that it's somewhere a part of your Purv Punya, the good karma, the bhakti that you've done in your previous lives that gets triggered at some point in a life.
Precisely.
Like you said. Now that we've understood the essence of Shiva, now let's move on to attracting his blessings in our lives. As they say that Shiva is Bholenath, he's the one who is so innocent, who would be pleased so easily with your bhakti, they say. So Ishan, what do you think? What's the best way to start with his sadhana? What are the steps?
So, madam, in the Shaivite philosophy, there is no duality. So, in a lot of theologies that comes from the East and the West, there is a duality where God is the creator and I am the created.
I am the created, yes.
And when there is a separation, then there comes a talk of, I need to please the divinity or the divinity is angry with me. That's not the case in Shaivite philosophy, because Shaivism is probably the most ancient philosophy that comes out of the Indian knowledge systems. And in the Shaivite philosophy, Shiva is the dancer and I'm the dance.
Okay.
So there's no separation. Till the time the dancer is dancing, the dance will be there.
Yeah.
And when the dancer stops dancing, the dance eliminates.
Absolutely.
So if Shiva is the dancer, then how can there be a separation? Then I am one with Shiva. And that's what the Shiv Sutra says, Chaitanya Atma. You are already one with the Supreme Being. You are already one with the Shiv Tattva. But Gyan Bandha. Because of your karmas, you are in a state of amnesia and you've forgotten your true nature. And you are associating with your trauma, you're associating with the pain, you're associating with the negative experiences that surround you.
Absolutely.
So, Uddama Bhairav, meaning you have to practice the art of yoga, sadhana, to get rid of the sanskar. And Shiv Tulya Jayate. Once again, live life as if you are Shiva. So in the Shaivite philosophy, there is no puja part to please God.
Okay.
There is just the sadhana to raise your own consciousness. So there is yoga, there is sadhana, there is tap, there is dhyan. So I'm not doing any effort कि मैं चढ़ावा दे रहा हूँ या मैं कुछ कर रहा हूँ जिससे भगवान खुश हो. नहीं, मैं जितना भी एफर्ट कर रहा हूँ ताकि मैं अपने संस्कारों को त्यागूं. I let go of my negative belief systems. I raise my consciousness till I reach that realization. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. We are Shiva. So the path is going within. The path is sadhana.
So Ishanji, you talked about the sadhana. My question here would be, how to start with his sadhana? Like, is Om Namah Shivay a safe mantra to start with?
Safe. It's a powerful mantra. It's a Bij mantra.
Yeah.
Om is the vibrational frequency of the universe. Om.
Yeah.
Om is the sound through which the whole universe comes. And Namah Shivaya is the Panchabhuta. So we call Mahadev Bhutnath.
Yeah.
Na is the Prithvi Tattva. Ma is the Jal Tattva. Shi, Agni Tattva. Va, Vayu Tattva. And Ya, the Akash Tattva. So when we say Namah Shivay. We are awakening the Shiva Tattva in the Panchbhut that is within us. And when we say Om Namah Shivay, then the Supreme Being's energy start to flow within. So it's something that is very powerful. And the best way to practice it in a sadhanatmak way is through with your breath. So in your mind, you're doing Om Namah Shivay, and you're taking a deep inhalation, and you're doing Om Namah Shivay, and you're doing a deep exhalation.
Yeah.
And if you want to increase the power a little bit more, again, because things can always be better,
Yeah.
you can add emotion, because sadhana is a combination of mastering the breath, mastering the mind, mastering the physical awareness, and emotional intelligence. So when we focus all these things, the body, the breath, the mind, and the emotion, it becomes sadhana. So you have to give it direction. So how we do that is, we are thinking that when I'm inhaling the power of Shiva within me. And when I'm exhaling, I am surrendering to Mahadev. So simple. I inhale and I allow Shiva's grace to come in my life. And I exhale and I surrender to Shiva. So I take a deep breath in with the mantra Om Namah Shivay, and I exhale Om Namah Shivay. And you just do that for 5 minutes and you'll find you'll enter into a deep state of sadhana. And this can be a powerful first step for any one of your listeners. Yes?
By safe, I meant that, there is so much confusion about mantras, as people say that, you should not chant mantras without diksha. And they also say that these days that women should not chant Om. That is why I said, is it safe? So can you please clear this confusion for my audience and me as well, that which mantras are safe to recite?
So, madam, when we are doing research, like I'm a researcher as well, we always have to quote the source. So after every research when we've written, they always, you have to quote your source. And you'll find these days people say, it is a faceless source. You don't know who's saying it.
Yeah.
It's WhatsApp University. I don't understand this.
Yeah.
Parvati did sadhana.
Yeah.
Lopamudra did sadhana. We come from a line of people where we had great tapasvis that were females. So where this came from, maybe when we were suppressed by foreign powers for 700 years, then these ideologies came into being, because the different cultures that were overpowering us definitely viewed women as tier 2 citizens. We didn't have that in our culture.
Yeah.
Shiva gives equal strength and power to Devi, and Devi gives the same, reciprocates to Mahadev. Without Devi, Mahadev is nothing. Without Mahadev, Devi is nothing.
Exactly.
So this whole concept of you listen something from somewhere and then regurgitate it and say, this is how it is not conducive to an environment where spirituality grows. So as a researcher, I will always say, state the source. And if you can't state the source, if it's koi Puran means, koi aadmi Shiv Mahapuran padhta hai, koi Bhagavad Puran padhta hai, and koi Puran padhta hai. Koi Puran ka matlab औरतें ओम नहीं बोल सकती. फिर आप पूछो, रिबटल दो, कौन बोलता है? बोलते हैं कोई बोलता है. So ये कोई पुराण है. भारत में सबसे ज़्यादा कोई पुराण चलता है. I would just say, listen to a Vidwan, a wise person, and the Shiv Yogi Vidwan, so like the lineage that I come from. I think we are the authority when it comes to Shaivite philosophies. And my Guru always told me that when you are doing the sadhana, then the Sharir Tattva goes away. That means you are not a lady, you are not a man, you're just energy. And it's the concept of energies that are into play. So definitely it is safe for any gender to practice. That being said, definitely if you take a diksha, there will be immense power from the process.
Okay.
But the mantra Om Namah Shivay is a Jagrat mantra. Until the time you take the Diksha, it is something that you can practice and benefit from. It will give you great power. It will give you a sense of discipline. It will give you courage to do the right thing. It will give you peace. It will give you calm. And it will give you spiritual experiences. And imagine if it's giving you all this right now, what it will give you, how much it can give you if you've taken the Diksha from a Shiv Yogi.
Yes. You know why I asked you this question, keeping my audience in mind? That it creates a sense of fear and confusion when, such things from the co-university, as you said, they keep spreading. So I think it's better to, have a clarity from a learned person. Yeah.
Definitely, madam.
Yeah. Ishanji, what does Shiv Puran talks about Shiva? Does it show the mystical side of it? Or is there a mystical side of Shiva at all? What does your philosophy say about it?
Shiva is mysticism. But the Puran is a way through which the Rishi Parampara was able to make Mahadev tangible. Mahadev is such a vast concept, such a magnanimous concept. We say Shiv Ananta, Shiv Kripa Ananta, that Shiva is infinite and His grace is infinite. When we are studying quantum mechanics, or we are studying where science is today, so my guru liked to say all of science is just the parts of Shiva that we have explored, and all of Shiva is the science that we have yet to explore. So humanity will take many civilizations to uncover even an ounce of Mahadev, and still the infinity will remain. So in that scenario, how do we explain to our innocent child what Mahadev is? How do we explain to a 5-year-old? So to allow our imaginations to even comprehend and grasp what Mahadev is, the yogis made the Purans. And Purans is stories through which the metaphors can be relayed of what the Shaivite philosophy is. So I think the Purans are a very good first step in trying to understand the philosophies of Mahadev. But if really you want to understand, then you have to explore the works of Kashmir Shaivism, of Abhinav Gupta, of Shiva Sutras. And then you will find that the real concepts of Shivas will be revealed to you. It's like when you are at that certain age of innocence, then it is the Purans. Then slowly you become a teenager. Then it is the Shaivism philosophy. Then slowly, now you are an adult. Now you can understand vast and complex philosophies. Then you go towards the Shiva Sutras. And now you are a yogi. Now you have understood those philosophies, yet the more you understand, the more the thirst within you for that knowledge rises, because the more you read, the more you realize you don't know anything. So you want to experience. That is the time where we go to the Guru and we say to him, give us the Diksha. We are ready for the mysticism. We are ready to go into this ancient path of sadhana where the Shakti within us, the Kundalini can arise, and the Mahadev that is waiting for the Shakti in the Kapal can experience. And that is the time we go into the state of sadhana, and the Granthi Bedan starts to happen, and the Shakti path happen, and we start to realize that life as we lived it is not life at all. It was just a dream, and we awaken, and we laugh, and we become this, to the world, madman, but to the wise, the awakened being. So that is, in a way, again, I'm trying to explain Shiva, but in reality, Mahadev is experiential. It's like a mother, an abstract concept. I can write on the paper, mother, and I can give to a child who has not known a mother, who's not seen a mother, and I just said, this is the mother, but just the word mother means nothing. Too little, too less to talk about the gravity of this relationship. And that is what the Puran is, just writing on a wall, mother. What does that mean? But sadhana. Diksha, Samadhi is where we go and we experience that Sat Chit Anand. When a child is given in the hands of his mother is when that relationship prospers.
Ishanji, what do you think how Shiva speaks to you? And this is for those people who have evolved in their sadhana, in their journey, in their bhakti towards Mahadev. How would he speak to you back?
He speaks to me as a feeling of sensation. He doesn't stand in front of me and reveal himself. He doesn't whisper in my ears as words. He is a feeling that is very difficult to describe. But he takes over me. And then there are these visions of things that eyes have never seen. Because I think the eyes can only see what the third dimension can put in front of us, and the ears can only hear sounds which are a mere spectrum. But Mahadev breaks those boundaries, and suddenly I find myself in a realm that is not bound by the laws of third dimension, where I can actually experience what Mahakal is, Trikaldarshi, past, present, future, all at the same time, where I can experience Mahadev as Mahamrityunjay, healing, connection with every single being, animate and inanimate in the universe, where I can feel Shiva as Bhagwan Dakshinamurti, God of all knowledge.
Yes.
And suddenly I don't have any ego and I don't see any duality with any being. And I can feel that being as myself. And the truth is revealed to me when Shiva is the Sarveshwar. Power, courage, Rudra. So, Shiva speaks to me in sensations. He speaks to me in experiences. And each time I awaken from this experience, this samadhi, I'm a different person. I'm not the same person. How can you be the same person if you've dipped in the nectar of immortality of Mahadev, the Amrit? Each time I am less of me and more of him. And sometimes I ponder a day will come when I'll dip and the last ounce of me will be removed. And then there is no me, there is only him. And I really wonder how that day would be. So I enjoy this day and I look forward to that day.
So do I.
Yes, ma'am.
Being a Shiv Bhakt, I think everybody can relate to this. Since you mentioned Dakshinamurti, which I would like to tell my audience that it is the Guru form of Shiva, You see the Saptarishis sitting and then they're gaining the knowledge from Mahadev. So, talking about Dakshinamurti, do you think that Shiva is the one who initiates your spiritual journey? And why am I asking this? Is because I have seen so many people in my life as well. They've told me that they started with Shiv Sadhana and then it was Shivji who took their hand and landed them to their Ishta. Maybe to Devi, maybe to Hanumanji, maybe to Krishna. Or can he be your ultimate guru? Can Shiva be your ultimate guru? Like you don't need a physical guru, you only pray to Shiva. Are these two things possible?
So see, Mahadev is infinity. So if I say the sun has all the fire and power in the world. But then I say to you that if you want to cook a bowl of rice, you use the sun to cook it. How? There has to be a flow, a direction. You have to have the power to project the light in a certain way where it can be used. If I tell you to just look at the sun and all the knowledge is in the sun, your eyes will get burnt. So Mahadev, because he loves us, and Mahadev has this compassion and Mahadev doesn't judge. And we know this because when we see Mahadev's Bharat procession, everybody is welcome. Everybody is accepted. Doesn't matter who you are, what being you are, what gender you are. His love is unconditional. So then Mahadev wants us to grow. So he becomes Dakshinamurti Bhagwan. Mahadev as the God of knowledge. And then he becomes the first disciple, Bhagwan Dattatreya. So Mahadev is the Guru and Mahadev is the disciple.
Wow.
And then Dattatreya starts the Guru Parampara, through which this knowledge, this knowledge that the Father, the Divine Father says, yes, my children, you are going onto this planet, but I want to give this mechanism to you, this GPS to you, so that you can find your way back home. And it has to be there because every bird knows where to go. Every being, may it be the fishes in the ocean, have that inner compass and they know where to go. And in the same way, Mahadev gave us the Guru Parampara. That he only started as Dakshinamurti through Dattatreya, through the lineage of the Shiva Yogi Sanatan, so that we can find our way back home. And in that way, definitely, sometimes where we are based upon our level of consciousness, we may need that medicine in a certain form. And Shiva leads us to that. But all rivers lead to the same ocean. And a day will come when you will have that realization where you say to yourself that, yes, Shiv Ananta, Shiv Kripa Ananta, that I know that form of that infinity, and that infinity has no boundary. And that is the day when even Shakti becomes Shiva, where Bhagwan Krishna and Mahadev become one. So there is no difference, it's the same.
Yeah.
And that goal can be achieved. But yes, Mahadev, based upon our consciousness, will take us to certain pathways. And if we have the Bhakti Bhav and we listen, then our journeys will be so much easier. But that being said, if you say to me that, can I do this journey on my own? Can I walk all the way to San Francisco? Sure. Do I recommend it? No. So there are people who say कि जी मुझे तो खुद ही करना है. And people are in a state of denial and delusion. Sometimes people don't want help. I know this as a mental health researcher. People who are addicts will never admit that they are addicts. People who are depressed will not accept that they are depressed. People who are struggling with body dysmorphia and eating disorders will say that, oh, I could diet whenever I want. I can do this whenever I want. And I do this sometimes. I met this boy in Udaipur 2 days ago. And he says, oh, I just drink occasionally, social drinker. And that guy was drinking 5 shots a day. That's not a social drinker. That's a binge drinker.
Yeah.
And I told him, if you are so confident on your capabilities, then leave your booze for 3 months and come back and talk to me. Just, as an experiment. And you will find so many of people will fail. And it's this ego that's talking.
Exactly.
That I'll do this, and I'll not seek the path, and I'll not take the path. It's like saying, I will go and invent physics myself. Why? It's already been done. Make your job easier and just apply those principles in your life. See, animals follow the path of the behavior that's ingrained in our cells. So animals follow that path. They don't need to really learn a lot of things. It's inside them. It's genetic. Human beings don't have that. We have parampara, tradition. So why not we follow that path that's been given to us by the great yogis who have experienced Mahadev? And Guru is nothing but an extension of Mahadev. Because as I told you, Mahadev becomes Dakshinamurti, Dakshinamurti becomes Dattatreya, and then Dattatreya is the beej within the Guru Parampara. And if we take the hand of the Guru, our path is so much easier. It's like, can I survive and become successful in my life if I am an orphan? Maybe.
But the journey will be difficult.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
And maybe you won't be. The odds will be stacked against you. And in the same way, will I be successful if I have a loving mother and father, a wise mother and father, a caring lover and father, a compassionate mother and father who will hold my hand, who will guide me, who will train me, who will help me ascend any wall, who will make me grow in a healthy manner?
Yeah.
Then of course life is easy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So do I need a guru? Do I need parents? Same thing. It'll be nice if you have one.
But Ishanji, what I think stops people is their ego. Like when they say that my Ishta is my guru. Your Ishta, and in all sensitivity, I'm saying this, your Ishta won't come and ask you to dissolve your ego, like in a physical form. But your physical guru might challenge you, might ask you to dissolve your ego.
There's this joke we had when we were children, when somebody would come and say that Mahadev is my guru.
Yeah.
It's like, and then we would say, and at that time there was this very beautiful celebrity heroine. I won't take her name.
You can tell me off the camera.
Yeah, but I think she's married now. So that's why. So we would say that saying Mahadev is my guru is like saying that beautiful heroine is your girlfriend. You can say however you want.
Yeah.
But is the girl saying it?
Exactly. Yes.
So you can say Mahadev is my guru,
But does he think you're his devotee?
Precisely.
Yeah.
In the same manner, a guru will guide you where you are wrong. A guru will teach you. A guru will give you that which nobody else can give you. And I'm not talking about coffee table quotes. And I'm not talking about memes that have millions of views. That's not what a guru is.
Yeah.
Guru is not a spiritual influencer. Guru is the one who gives you a path. And that path is tough. To walk on it is tough. And Guru gives us accountability. Guru gives us discipline. And the thing is, people don't want that. People like gurus and gods on the wall. They like them when they are silent. If you look at history itself, the most horrific crimes have been committed in the name of God. If you look at the Crusades, if you look at all the treacherous depravity that human beings have been capable of, and each time they absolve themselves of their sins by saying it was God's will. Do you really think it was God's will? It wasn't. It was sanskaras making you the bad things, but then your ahankar saying that I didn't want to do them.
God wanted me to do
God
it.
talking to me.
Absolutely.
And the Guru comes and he whacks you and says, stop this nonsense. God doesn't want you to do any of that. God wants you to go inside and work on the things that actually matter. And you'll find this. It's sometimes easy to go out there, sit 20 hours in an office and to earn $1 million. But it's hard to come back home and make a healthy relationship with your own son. So people will do things that are hard to give them some form of fulfillment, but they will never do the things that matter the most. And that's why they cry when they die. Because they live a life of vanity and they've spent a lifetime in vain. But Guru will help you overcome that. And it's hard. So I always say to the people who say, Mahadev is my Guru. And I say to them, it's fine, but just follow the Guru for some time and the truth shall set you free on its own. Then I won't have to have a debate with you. Then you'll automatically know. And you know the crazy thing, Miss Rangoli, in the hearts of the hearts, these same people know that they need a Guru.
Yeah.
But that inner child is so hurt, so damaged, that he doesn't go out to seek that love. So all these people who say, I don't want a Guru, they need to start by loving themselves and healing the inner child.
But Ishanji, at the same time, I feel that there is a sense of fear when finding your Guru. Because you see these days, although I know that you attract the energy that you are somewhere, but still there is not much authenticity when you go to find a Guru. How would a person know that this guru is meant for me, this guru is sent for me, he's right for me. How to know? How to find the right guru in my life? I'm sure this would be the question of many people from the audience.
I like to point out a few things.
Yeah.
Not many, few. But I would like all of you to listen to this carefully. Number one, objective. Why do you go to the guru? A lot of the times we are not going to listen to the guru. We are just going to see why so many other people are going. When somebody becomes famous in today's world, they are like a celebrity. They are like a spiritual influencer. And there's this whole culture of celebrity worship.
Exactly.
So many times I'll see people just want to go and see.
Yeah.
And then there is this whole group think that takes over them. So you never had an objective in the first place. You just wanted to go see, let's go and try. It's like the new Pav Bhaji hut, we've heard so much about it.
Yeah.
Or the new Chola Bhatura place, we've heard so much. And our Mosi's, Chachas, uncles say so nice thing. Let's go see.
Let's try what other people are trying.
Let's try. Otherwise there's FOMO.
Yeah.
So your intention wasn't right in the first place. So the first thing is intention. Why am I going to the guru? What's that contract? What am I there to receive? And am I receiving this? And that is very important, this conversation that we must have with ourselves. Objective.
Yeah.
Second, parampara. In today's world, in the world of AI, things will get just more complicated. You think right now there are distractions? Wait 10 years. You won't know the guru you see on the internet is real or is AI generated. Half the photos on Pinterest are fake. So many Instagram accounts are fake. The people who are posting are bots. The people who are commenting are bots. The pictures in itself are bot generated. Don't you think somewhere down the line some nerd sitting in front of his computer will realize that spirituality is such a big subculture in India which can be extracted from and monetized? And definitely AI gurus will make a groundbreaking launch. And it's happening even right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So even in Delhi, I'll tell you, the gurus that have passed 10, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, were very relaxed, calm and cool when they were there. You know, yogis, they didn't talk that much. They didn't care because they're enlightened beings, sitting, meditating. And not every guru has that calling of teaching. So those gurus who were semi-famous or sort of famous in their niches when they were alive, and now they have passed, we have these groups of Facebook heroes or Instagram influencers who sort of bring out these gurus' personas back from the cradle, back from the grave, and then sort of repost them with things like, you saw my face today, like and comment, and you will get so much energy and blessings.
Yeah, engage with this and then you'll receive the blessings.
Precisely. So now you have a bunch of low energy people having the face of a guru that's departed, using that face for monetizing or whatever.
Exactly. Completely agree.
And then that becomes a social movement, that becomes a group thing, and the person, because of his ego, will say, oh, my guru can't be somebody who's alive and still on the planet Earth. That's so sad, that's so down market. I want a guru that's sitting in the Siddhalok and already evolved and 1 million people are following him, etc., etc. So I would really say parampara, authenticity of that lineage.
Okay.
Where is that lineage coming from? Who has that lineage helped? How many awakened souls have come out of this practice? And not just miracles, forget miracles. How many awakened souls have come out of this practice? Because what you think is a miracle is just 5 years away when it comes to science and technology.
Exactly.
10 years ago, getting rid of a headache may have been a miracle. Now we have so many medicines. 10 years ago, a certain disease cure from that would have been a miracle. Today we have science and technology. So your definition of miracle is very small. Awakening the self is the greatest miracle. So I always guide people who are going to a guru. I say to them, parampara, follow a lineage that we know. In my lineage, we have a track back to Bhagwan Dakshinamurti. So Bhagwan Dakshinamurti to Dattatreya to Adinath, all the way down to Eksuat Swami Jagannath, to my Guru Avadut Shivanand, and then he gave the knowledge to me.
Wow.
So then I have to be very true to that knowledge, because I am unanswerable to that parampara, but more than anything, I am answerable to the Shiv Yoga sadhak that is coming to learn. So objective and lineage are two things that if a person looks at, then his journey can be much easier.
Beautiful. So Ishanji, to put an end to this beautiful discussion, they say that if you pray to Mahadev, if you pray to Shiva, you would be detached from the world. Because when you pray to a certain deity, you are bound to get some of his or her qualities in your life. But this is a very important question for me, especially people of my age, my generation, that how can Shiva's bhakti, how can Shiva's blessings, how can his devotion not detach you, but let you live this material life with all its authenticity and lets you tackle the problems that we face in our everyday life?
When you say detachment, it sounds so nihilistic.
Okay.
Why don't you say something like enlightenment, awareness? If I know the true nature of life itself, the temporary nature of life, then what's the point of being attached unnecessarily? And attachment makes us so transactional.
Yeah.
I'm attached to you, you do this, and I'll do that. Then love is a weapon that we are using. It's a currency that we are using. I only love you if you prove your love first. Whereas once we are Shiv Bhakts and we understand the real nature of life itself, and we understand it's a temporary, transient experience, then we will become unconditional. And what it means is, I will love you as much as I want, as much as I can, because that's the person who I am. I will look at life and I will celebrate it, I will enjoy it, I will have profound experiences because I know that this is the last time that I'm on this blue dot, being this person and doing this leela. Because when my time comes, Har Har Mahadev, Har Shan, Har Kan Shivmay ho jayega, meaning my every atom will go back to the one who created me. So that joy can only come from Shiva. And I'm calling it detachment if I don't know the truth, if I'm being forced, if I'm alienated, isolated, closed in a room, saying that I don't want to come out.
Exactly.
I don't want to see. And if death is the only ultimate truth, then let it come. But that is not life. And that is not a Shiv Yogi. A Shiv Yogi is somebody who knows the truth, yet comes out of that room and celebrates and rejoices with the life that he has. So I don't think Shiv Yogis become detached.
They become enlightened.
They become enlightened, and they are the best at experiencing life because they truly, really value it.
They do. I think the only reason, Ishanji, that people call enlightenment detachment is because they're too attached to this realm, I think. That is the sole reason that is confusing them between what is detachment and what is enlightenment. So I definitely feel enlightened after this discussion. Thank you so much for joining us today. Har Har Mahadev.
Har Har Mahadev. Thank you so very much, and my regards to your audience.
Yes. So, as I told you, today will be an eye-opening discussion on Mahadev. We discussed a very mystical side of him. From a Shiv Yogi to another Shiv Bhaks, I'm sure you enjoyed today's discussion. Do let me know, how did you find this conversation? Which all other aspects do you want me to cover in the coming episodes on Shiva? Do let me know. I'll see you in next one. This is Rangoli Sharma with you. Namaste.